If you're planning a move in the Bay Area, one of the biggest questions you'll face is this: should you sell your current home before buying your next one? There's no one size fits all answer. The right strategy depends on your finances, timing, risk tolerance, and the current market. And in the Bay Area, where prices, competition, and timing can shift quickly, making the wrong move can create unnecessary stress or financial pressure. In this video, we'll break down the pros and cons of both approaches so you can decide which strategy makes the most sense for your situation. Buying and selling at the same time sounds simple in theory, but it can get complicated very quickly. Many homeowners are balancing equity tied up in their current home, rising home prices or interest rates, competitive timelines, and the desire to avoid temporary housing. That's why this decision becomes less about convenience and more about strategy. The key is understanding the trade offs of each option before making a move. For many homeowners, selling first creates the most financial clarity. Once your home sells, you know exactly how much equity you have available, what your budget looks like, and how competitive you can be when making offers on your next home. This approach also lowers financial risk because you're less likely to carry two mortgage payments at the same time. But there are downsides. You may need temporary housing, flexible moving plans, or a rent back agreement while searching for your next property. And in competitive markets, some sellers worry about finding a replacement home quickly enough after closing. Buying before selling gives you more control over your timeline. Instead of rushing to find a new home after selling, you can secure your next property first and move at your own pace. For families coordinating school schedules, commutes, or major life transitions, that flexibility can reduce a lot of stress. But financially, this route can be more complicated. You may need to qualify for two mortgage payments temporarily, use savings for a down payment before your current home sells, or explore bridge financing options. This strategy can work well for homeowners with strong financial flexibility, but it also introduces more risk if the current home takes longer to sell than expected. Market conditions play a huge role in which strategy makes more sense. In a strong seller's market where inventory is low and homes are selling quickly, selling first may feel safer because you're more likely to sell fast and at a strong price. But buying afterward can become more competitive. In a slower or more balanced market, buying first may be easier because there's often more inventory and less buyer competition. At the same time, your current home could take longer to sell, making financial planning even more important. This is why understanding your specific local market, not just general Bay Area trends, is critical. At the end of the day, the better option depends on your priorities. Selling first may make more sense if you want financial certainty, lower risk, and need equity from your current home before buying again. Buying first may make more sense if you value flexibility, have strong financial reserves, and want to avoid temporary housing or rushed decisions. The most important thing is having a clear plan before making a move, because in the Bay Area, buying and selling at the same time can feel complex, but with the right strategy, it becomes much more manageable.